Welcome to the Explainer. So, picture this. You've got to move literally hundreds of thousands of people through a trackless, unforgiving desert. Honestly, it sounds impossible, right? Well, today we are diving headfirst into the ultimate ancient logistics challenge, looking strictly at the fascinating text of Numbers 10.
Which brings us to the big question. How do you actually coordinate a massive desert migration without any modern technology? I mean, we're talking no radios, no cell phones, absolutely no GPS. It was all down to ancient ingenuity. So, let's see exactly how they pulled this off.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the communication system, broadcasting orders.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that the foundation of their entire operation was a specialized broadcast system. Aaron's sons, the priests, operated this incredibly strict auditory code using just two trumpets crafted from a single piece of solid silver. It's like a giant puzzle but using sound. If they blew one trumpet, just the princes, the heads of the thousands, gathered. Blow both, the whole assembly meets at the tabernacle door. And then they had specific alarms to tell the eastern or southern camps exactly when to pack up and march forward. It was basically a flawless broadcast network for a massive, sprawling camp.
But, these trumpets weren't just for organizing movement. They actually served a really vital dual purpose. They acted as a spiritual memorial before God. They'd blow them for wartime alarms, during their days of gladness, their solemn days, and even to mark the beginnings of new months over their offerings.
Moving right along to Section 2, the movement plan, the strict marching order.
And this brilliantly illustrates what happened when the cloud finally lifted from the tabernacle on the 20th day of the second month. Moses commanded a highly ordered step-by-step progression. First up, Judah's standard leads the way. Then, the tabernacle is taken down and safely carried by the sons of Gershon and Merari. Step 3, Reuben's standard follows. After them, the Kohathites set forward bearing the sanctuary. Then Ephraim, and finally, Dan brings up the rearward to guard the back. Talk about military precision.
All right, Section 3, guides for the wilderness, finding the way forward.
Now, even with flawless communication and perfect formations, navigating a literal wasteland requires some serious, specialized intelligence. Moses actually begs his brother-in-law, Hobab the Midianite, to come with them, famously saying he could be to them instead of eyes. Honestly, this was a brilliant logistical move. He recognized the absolute necessity of having a local human scout who actually knew the unfamiliar terrain.
But it wasn't just Hobab. Alongside his physical guidance, the text describes the Ark of the Covenant acting as their ultimate spiritual vanguard. It would literally go 3 days' journey ahead of the entire camp just to search out a resting place for them, all while being guided by the cloud of the Lord by day.
To tie this all together, Moses used these powerful verbal routines. Check out this contrast. When departing, he'd chant, "Rise up, Lord, and let thine enemies be scattered." But when it was time to rest, he'd say, "Return, O Lord, unto the many thousands of Israel." These specific, repeated cues gave the wandering people a really vital psychological anchor during these moments of massive, sweeping transition.
So what does this all mean? How do strict systems and routines empower a community to actually survive the unknown? It is absolutely fascinating how these ancient organizational methods reflect a totally universal human need for structure, especially during times of immense uncertainty. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and I really hope it gave you a brand new perspective on the logistics of ancient history.